This is Valley News Live at noon.
Well, dangerous heat and humidity is expected across the valley today, and some of us could see severe storms. So let's go to Summer now to see what we can expect. Hey, Summer.
Good afternoon, Brian. And yes, today is a first alert weather day. Heat, humidity, and severe storms are all in the forecast for today. So a few things, make sure you're checking the back seat for those kids and for pets. It's way too often we hear stories of children and pets being left in the back seat of a car, and we do not want to hear any of that for today. Stay cool. Keep hydrated and don't overexert yourself. Give yourself some shady breaks of spending time outside. Now, with the heat, humidity, and a third ingredient that I'll talk about here in a bit, we do have the chance for some storms developing this afternoon, and we could see some severe ones. Temperatures for your lunchtime hours, we're seeing lots of 80s. 84 in Minot, 88 in Jamestown, 82 in Grand Forks, 83 here in Fargo, 83 in Thief River Falls as well, and 82 in Detroit Lakes. Now, with the humidity, our heat index is going to climb to near 100 degrees in between the 4 and 6 o'clock hour. That's right around peak heating. So it's going to be hot and sticky later on this afternoon, something to prepare for. And that is going to lead to some strong and severe thunderstorms. Most of the area shaded in yellow under a level 2 risk out of 5 for severe storms, and the areas shaded in yellow, which just barely clips portions of easternmost Hubbard County, in a level 3 out of 5 risk for severe. So Brian, coming up in just a couple of minutes, I'll time out our storm chances along with all of the impacts we are expecting. It's a day to keep an eye on the skies.
We'll stay tuned with you because I know many people might have plans today or errands, and we'll have to let them know when they can leave.
Exactly.
Thank you, Summer. Well, 4 pets are dead and a townhouse was extensively damaged after a fire in Moorhead late last night. Crews from surrounding cities were called in to help knock down the fire in the neighborhood off Bellesley Boulevard. That's just south of I-94. The fire department tells us no one was hurt, but the fire caused about $70,000 in damages. The Red Cross and Salvation Army were called out to help those who were displaced. No word yet on what started the fire, but firefighters had an arson dog check out the scene. While we were out there covering that fire, another one sprung up just a block away. A passerby pointed us towards this dumpster fire in the 3000 block of 18th Street South. Firefighters were able to quickly put it out. We spotted a propane tank being pulled from the dumpster, but fire officials haven't said what started the fire or whether or not it's related to that house fire. The man accused of murdering someone near NDSU over the weekend is expected to appear in court in the coming days. 40-year-old Raymond Gunn of Fargo was arrested late Saturday night after a shooting near the Bison Turf in the 1200 block of University Drive. Officers found a victim with a gunshot wound and the suspect nearby. The victim later died at the hospital. Police plan on releasing his name later today. We're learning more about a massive fire at a grain elevator in western Minnesota. An evacuation order is now lifted for people in Big Stone County. Crews are still on the scene in town of Clinton and will be there much of the day today. Firefighters got a call yesterday morning about smoke coming from an upper grain tower, and soon after they got there, the tower was engulfed in flames. Police evacuated a 3-block area around the elevator for much of the day. Fire crews from several surrounding towns were called in to help. Some pumped water from a nearby lake to help, and others hauled water and tanker trucks. A new report from NDSU shows grasshopper populations are on the rise in North Dakota. It's yet another obstacle for farmers who are already battling severe drought. The report shows over 60% of fields are infested. That's up from nearly 30% just 4 years ago. We're just starting to hit peak grasshopper season, and the report shows the pests typically eat the most in August. We get your COVID vaccine and a free lunch in East Grand Forks today. Polk County Public Health is hosting a walk-in vaccine clinic at their new Americans Integration Center. The health department will be vaccinating people ages 12 and up from 2:30 to 4 today. You can find more information on our website, valleynewslive.com. You can just click on this story. The chairman of North Dakota's Republican Party says the effort to recall a Valley City legislator is being viewed as a test for party loyalty. We told you last week that a petition was filed to recall Representative Dwight Cufford after he was ousted a Republican colleague accused of sexually harassing staffers. Pierre Prairie Schaffer was elected chairman of the state GOP last month on promises of uniting the party. We have a traffic alert about road construction in West Fargo. Crews are starting some concrete patching repairs today on part of 7th Street East, 9th Street West, and 26th Avenue East. The projects include some closures and detours, so drivers need to plan for congestion and delays. They're 2-week projects and repairs are expected to be done by August 9th. Senate negotiators worked through the weekend hoping to finalize an infrastructure bill to repair America's roads and bridges. Both sides say they are down to the final few items that need to be figured out. And Skylar Henry has more details from Capitol Hill.
A bipartisan group of senators negotiating the infrastructure bill agreed that they're close, but the timeline for a deal is still up in the air.
I feel good about getting that done this week.
The holdup remains how to pay for some of the items in the $579 billion bill.
We have one issue outstanding, and we're not getting much response from the Democrats on it. It's about mass transit.
A Democratic source says they sent Republicans an offer last night to finish the unresolved issues, including mass transit.
We're down to the last couple of items, and I think you're going to see a bill Monday afternoon.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says he wants this bill to be done before the Senate goes on a 5-week recess beginning August 9th. But both sides say they're optimistic because America's roads and bridges are in bad condition.
People want us to invest in our infrastructure. If you step back, we have actually are investing at about half the rate that we invested in our infrastructure as we did in the 1990s.
It's the right thing to do for the country, most importantly.
Still, many Republicans say the bill costs too much money.
We're running at a 25-year high rate of inflation, and it's not a mystery as to why. A big part of the reason is a massive expansion of the money supply. We've expanded the money supply the most since World War II.
While some Democrats in the House say they may not vote for the infrastructure bill because it doesn't go far enough. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The White House and Senate Democrats are pushing ahead with a $3.5 trillion budget resolution, which they hope will get progressive Democrats to sign off on the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Well, coming up at noon, we'll take a look at a new procedure that's giving hope to families unable to have children. But next, we're tracking dangerous heat and humidity with the chance of severe storms. Summer is back with a look at your forecast.